Hey Bread Gang, I hope everyone's doing good and keeping safe. Aquestive Therapeutics, ticker symbols AQST, is making some serious moves, like really good rallies, but I believe that there's a lot more rallies to come. And in today's video, I'm going to go through why I believe there's more rallies to come and look at some fundamentals and technical analysis. And also I'm going to present a really good catalyst that I believe that could potentially see this price take off. It's currently sitting at around $5, but I believe this could potentially get the price towards the $20 to $30 range, possibly in one session. So make sure you guys watch to the end so you don't miss any fundamental information. If you're new, make sure you guys subscribe and of course hit that notification bell so you don't miss any further uploads. With that being said, let's get this bread. So we start off having a look at some of the fundamentals, and right now analysts are giving the average price for this as $15. It's currently sitting at $5, but analysts believe that this could actually go to $15. So what they're saying is that right now it's undervalued. So the minute that basically Wall Street catches up to this, they're going to start buying. They're going to basically creating a lot of demand within AQST, especially in the lead up to this catalyst. So another fundamental that I'd like to draw your attention to is that EPS this year. So basically EPS is earnings per share, and in a nutshell, this basically shows how valuable a company is. So it shows how profitable a company is and therefore how valuable each of its common stock is. So the fact that the EPS is a positive value, and not just a positive value, but it's sitting at 36%, this shows that each share of AQST is basically getting more and more valuable, and you can see it in the share price. Basically, as the price is rising, it's getting more valuable. And not just that, but there's a lot of investors that are taking recognition within Aquestive Therapeutics as a company. The more investors take recognition of this and basically see that, look, there's actually a lot of potential within this company, the more investors will be drawn towards the company and therefore buy into the shares, and the more profitable the company becomes, and also the more valuable the shares become, making the investment a lot more worthwhile for investors. So the EPS for the next year, so basically the projected EPS is sitting at 20%. I mean, it's a drop from, or they're predicting it's going to be a drop from 36%, but nevertheless, it's still a positive value. So they still believe that next year, Aquestive Therapeutics as a company will still be profitable. These are really good values right now and good metrics to basically go by in terms of seeing how valuable the company is, and also how valuable and worthwhile your investment in Aquestive Therapeutics will be if you invest in them. So more on the fundamental side, looking at Yahoo Finance, and in particular looking at the earnings. So they recently had the quarterly earnings, but if you have a look at the annual earnings, and right now the actual annual earnings has been getting better. So the earnings from quarter 2 was minus 12.3 million, whereas the earnings from quarter 3 is minus 14 million. So an extra 2 million, possibly they use that 2 million to buy into resources or for research into their drug, to perfect the drug or to meet deadlines, etc. I wouldn't look at this as potentially a bad thing. I will look at this as this could potentially be a good thing. There could be reasons behind the loss. So despite Q3 earnings not being as good as Q2, but analysts are still recommending this. It's leaning more towards a strong buy. All right, so there's a lot of analysts that right now that are saying that, look, there's 5 analysts. In fact, November, there's 3 analysts saying that this is a buy, 1 analyst saying this is a strong buy. So right now, there's no analysts that are saying this is a sell or this is a hold or it's underperformed, which is all positive for Aquestive Therapeutics, and basically saying that there's a lot of people within the finance industry that believe that, look, Aquestive Therapeutics is still a decent investment. Right now, it could be undervalued. So it could be what's called a value investment, which you buy it now and then you hold on for the long term. So I'm still really bullish on Aquestive Therapeutics right now, especially seeing as the price has taken off. So the catalyst I'd like to share with you guys is from an article. Aquestive Therapeutics negotiates 6-month extension to June 30th, 2022 for additional Libervant related capital under current debt agreement. So in particular, I'd like to point your attention to the following paragraph. So the FDA has assigned a Prescription Drug User Fee Act, PDUFA, target goal date of December 23rd, 2021. Aquestive received a complete response letter, CRL, from the FDA in September 2020, completed a Type A meeting with the FDA in November 2020, and received further guidance from the FDA in February 2021. The PDUFA in general for pharmaceuticals is actually a really good catalyst. December the 23rd, either on the day or leading up to the day, we can see some really massive rallies like the price could really take off, especially getting towards that $15, basically beyond. I believe that the price could potentially go beyond, and I'll go into that in the technical analysis. So guys, this is definitely one to watch out for. Put the 23rd of December in your calendars, especially if you're invested in Aquestive Therapeutics, because this is an important date. So if I have a look at the chart of Aquestive Therapeutics, in particular looking at the daily chart, and as you can see, there's been some really sweet green candles sending the price up from basically where it started around $3.74 all the way up to beyond $6. But what's interesting is that the price actually broke above the $4.60 resistance, and this was a good resistance. In my previous video, I was bringing your attention to that resistance, saying that if the price breaks that resistance, especially seeing as the price is above the 10 period moving average, but if the price breaks that resistance, then I believe that the price was going to continue heading up, because there's going to be a lot of momentum basically in that move to break that resistance. That's exactly what has happened. So now that the price is above the $4.60 resistance, this is now technically speaking a support. So I believe the price is going to try and come down to test that basically as a support, the 10 period moving average, which is a very good momentum indicator. So the momentum is very strong towards the bullish side, and looking at to see where the price could potentially fall down to and potentially bounce from that to continue its rally up. If I have a look at the Fibonacci retracement line, and I believe the price could potentially get back down to between the 38 and the 61. So the 38 line is $5.25 and the 61 is at $4.60. If the price gets within this area, this is a good buy zone. And I believe the price is more likely it's going to get to the 50% level, and then from there it's going to head up, because there's going to be a lot of momentum pushing that, especially in the lead up to this PDUFA date. So if I have a look at the weekly chart just to see where the price could potentially go the next couple of weeks, especially leading into the December the 23rd, the date that I told you guys to pencil in your calendar. So looking at the weekly chart, the price is above the 10 period moving average, which is really sweet, because that means that on the weekly as well as the daily, but on the weekly the momentum is strong, potentially very strong towards the bullish side. So this could see the price really take off. And looking at on the daily chart, that $6 resistance that basically the price got to and started falling. So if we look at the weekly, that's actually a resistance on the weekly chart. So right now it's actually around this point. It was previously a support. The support was broken. The bulls brought the price back up basically to break above that resistance. It's just been a fight on the weekly between the bulls and the bears around the level of $6. But nevertheless, it's actually a very good, potentially really good resistance right now. So we'll see the way the price has actually moved up to test the resistance with a lot of momentum. I believe there's a strong chance that the price is going to break that resistance and continue heading up to potentially the $9, basically head its way up to that $15 price target that analysts are giving. My price target is potentially $20. So guys, if you enjoyed this video and it potentially helped you out, basically make sense of what's going on, maybe you're invested in AQST, then make sure you guys subscribe and of course hit that notification bell so you don't miss any further updates on AQST. And also comment below, let me know your thoughts. Do you think AQST can actually get to $15, $20? Let me know. Or basically, did you even catch it at the falling knife? Did you catch it at the low? Let me know in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up. Let me know this is the kind of content you guys like to see. Thanks guys, I'll see you in the next video.